Do you ever feel caught in a tug of war between the angel and the devil on your shoulder? Well, this is what my song Raise It Up is about. I will go through the daily struggle of what I go through and how I created the music around it. Hi, my name is Emily and welcome to my channel. This is the story behind Raise It Up. For me, Raise It Up is about the struggle of the inner critic or the daily struggles that we have, or inner thoughts or relationships we have. And it's all a reflection of light and dark. So it's some relationships can be on the lighter side, or they can be not so good and be on the dark side, like abuse or anything that triggers you or is traumatic. And it's like the light is like just being positive and encouraging and supportive to each other. So, but there's always like a light and dark to daily life. You can have daily thoughts that are positive, but you also can have very negative thoughts. And most of the time they are negative or critical thoughts. It just depends on who you are and the training you've had. But this can be a constant daily struggle. For me, I know this is a daily struggle. And so I have to work on my inner critic thoughts, or the self-sabotage, or the doubt, or the fear, or the I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy enough kind of thoughts, or just beating myself up for not doing something when I said I was going to do it, or just certain things like that. And so it's just the constant daily struggle that I go through. I don't know if you do, but I'm sure we all have some sort of daily struggle, whether it's relationships or just our inner thoughts, and they just wreak havoc on inner lives, and it just causes stress, and it can be depression or frustration or anger. So this story is showing the battle between the two. It's super, super easy to get dragged into the self-sabotage or the critical thoughts over, internally. And it's just it's so hard sometimes to get out of it unless you learn to learn to love yourself, create ways to embrace and love yourself. And I know for me, it took a lot of training and a lot of time and a lot of, upset and frustration. And it's just really I had to have the willingness to look at my inner being, and I had to learn to create a love for myself, because it's so hard for me to do that, because I grew up, in a way hating myself, and then just never loved myself. And so I was always had jealousy, or, oh, I wish I had that kind of thing. Is that I was always in a battle of feeling like I was in lack. And so now, as I've, been working a lot on myself, especially the last 6 months, I'm starting to realize that it's my choice and how I react to things. And I can always change the perspective or turn it around and be like, okay, well, maybe this is what it is, instead of what I perceive it to be or assume it to be. And so it's it's not always easy, but it's something I'm just having to work on. But it's becoming aware of it is what is truly been true for me. And so, yeah, it's just a daily struggle. So this angel and devil metaphor, what I'm using in my song, is it's so true for me on a daily basis. So it's I just, when I notice I'm feeling pouty or needy, I'm okay, why am I feeling like this? And what do I need to do to move past this? Or what do I need to, in the moment, to get myself present and calm myself down, or, love my inner child, because it's an inner child needing something. So yeah, it's just, for me, it's just a constant daily battle or a struggle, but it's something that I'm now grateful that I have the tools to work through them. And so this song is a tribute for all of that. Breaking down the lyrics. In the first 2 verses of my song is about the devil's influence and how seductive or enticing it is. And so it's just it's realizing that that's a constant pull, or I have to be aware that that's going to be a constant thing on a regular. But once I notice it, I'm able to get out of it. But yeah, that's not the point. But it's it's just this seductive pull, where it's everything, it feels like it's what I want, where in fact it's actually not good for me, or it's not what I actually want. It just feels enticing in the moment, if that makes sense. Yeah, so this could be for someone in a relationship. It could be someone that's pulling you in, but they're actually not good for you. Or this is just your inner critic talking to you with like negative thoughts. Like it just feels captivating, almost impossible to resist. And it's just, sometimes it's you're blind to it. And it's just so easy to get caught up in the moment sometimes. So in the chorus, this is where the angel says, no, like reclaim your power. You have the choice to be powerful, and you can resist this, or you can tell your inner thoughts no, or that person no, set up your boundaries. But it's like, raise it up like a weapon, circle it around in a second, snap it forward, capture that thief, tell him you won't be beat. And so it's like, it's the lasso is like capturing it and going, no, not this time. Like, devil, stay away, or negative thoughts, stay away, or this person, stay away. Like, this is not something you want. And the angel's telling you, like, you are better than this and you have more power than you give yourself credit. And so this is just something to remember. It's like the angel is trying to tell you, to reclaim your power and create the joy and love and the self-care for yourself internally, because you ultimately are the one who chooses what goes on in your life. Verse 3 is my declaration to freedom. It's me telling the devil, like, no, this is not going to happen this time. Like, go away, and like, I'm going to take my power and just run with it. And I'm just today, like, you're not going to take a hold of me today. Like, you've held me down too long. Like, this has been such a long negative force or inner critic that I'm like, no, not going to happen. Or like, this can't happen on a regular basis. Or no, I'm done with this today. And no, you can't have it. I refuse to let it continue. So in verse 4 is the devil's response. He's admitting defeat for now, but it's a daily battle. So he'll be back again tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day. And it just, he's constantly going to be there. And it's just something you got to be aware of. But like, you get the choice every day to say no to him, or a relationship, or your inner critic, or anything like that. Anything that like draws you in. But if you ever are like justifying, like, well, like it might work, or oh, it sounds so enticing, or you're getting pulled into something, but you're not sure if it's a yes or a no, but it's a maybe, then it should be a no, because it's like you're not clear, and you're trying to justify that it's right for you. He'll be back again tomorrow, but remember that you have the power to choose. This is not a one-time fight, but we got this. Why I wrote this song. I wrote this song because I know personally that it's a daily struggle for me to get out of my head when it comes to like my inner critic. Like, it's so easy for me to self-sabotage myself, or being super hard on myself, like, oh, I should be farther along, or I should have done that, or I should have done this. And it's like, it doesn't get me anywhere. And I end up like depressed or upset or down on myself. And I just lose the energy when I do that, instead of going, it is what it is. I just need to let it pass and not beat myself up for it. But it's so easy for me to be like, ugh, again. Or if I'm repeating a pattern that I don't like, and I'm like, dang it, like, I wish I could just stop doing that. But it's something like, at least I'm aware of it. And that's like, it's the progress. And so I'm trying to like sit in with like I am where I'm supposed to be. And it's okay that it's literally okay that things keep happening, because it's a daily struggle. We all deal with this. But it's just like, this song was so important to me because I know that I go through the daily struggles on a regular, and, some days are better than others, and it depends on my emotional state as well. And, that makes a difference of, if I get easily sucked into something, or like my emotional side gets triggered and then I get sucked into it more. It's like, I can see what a struggle it is, and it can go super deep, and it can be like small little things that like I don't even notice until after it happens. But it's like, this song is like a reminder for me that like, no matter what, I still get to choose like how I want my life to be. Raise It Up is about finding the strength to keep moving forward and not letting the negative forces win, because it's so easy to get sucked in. But we got this. I hope this song reminds you that even when the devil is trying to entice you and drag you in, or that person, or your inner critic, like, just know that you still have the power each and every day to grab your lasso, latch onto it, and say, no, not today. And you aren't going to beat me today, but I claim my power and I'm going to beat you today. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever felt that tug of war between the angel and the devil? Like, what have you done to work through that? Or have you been sucked in? Or what do you do if you do get sucked in, and do you beat yourself up over it? Like, I'd love just to have a conversation and be like, am I the only one, or is there other people out there that feel the same? So yeah, I'd just love to have a conversation with you guys. And I know that you all are very powerful people. And if Raise It Up inspires you, you can go listen to it on all platforms under Emily, spelled Emley. Thank you again. If you enjoyed this behind the scenes look at my song, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and share it with anybody else that you feel would be inspired to hear this as well. Let's keep raising each other up together.